Hola. Hola. Buenos dias. My name is Jamie Jones, and I'm a member of the worship arts team. And my pronouns are she, her.
Buenos dias. My name is Lisa Lindsay. I serve as the president of your board of trustees, and my pronouns are she, her. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church in Fresno, California. Our Alluvial Avenue Church campus sits within the traditional homelands of the Yokuts people, the original and continued caretakers of this land.
This morning, we welcome you no matter where you are on our online campus, on our Alluvial Avenue campus, or if you are joining us at the time of your choice on Facebook or YouTube.
We are one congregation in many places.
Here at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno, we welcome you no matter your race or culture of origin. We welcome you no matter your primary or secondary language.
You are welcome no matter your age, spiritual background, or religious beliefs. Neurodiversity is welcome here. You're welcome no matter your level of formal education or the amount of money that you have. Our visible or unseen disabilities are welcome here.
Those of us who are lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, non-binary, gender fluid, queer, intersex are all welcome here. We are welcome with or without documentation.
All are welcome here. Todos son bienvenidos aquí.
If you are on our online campus and want your joy, sorrow, concern, or gratitude included in today's service, just text it to us at 559-239-6543.
We are in the midst of our annual pledge drive. Here with an update is Mona on our Alluvial Avenue campus. Mona.
Good morning. Buenos dias. Mi nombre es Mona Jones-Romancic. My name is Mona Jones-Romancic, and I serve gratefully as the chair of this year's pledge team. We are at the beginning of our 7th week of the annual pledge drive, and this is the final Sunday that we'll give a live update during service. Last Sunday, our pledge drive total was $558,556, which was 89.7% of our goal. Our aim for the past week was to nudge that number past the 90% mark, and as of today, we are pleased to announce that we now have Thank you, Mark. We now have $574,191, which is 92.22% of our goal of 600. We are now only a mere $48,383 away from our ideal goal. These are strong numbers, especially in these economic times, and remember, today is the final day of our generous matching pledge, which means every dollar you pledge today, or every increase to your current pledge, will be matched dollar for dollar up to $5,000. Today is the last day to double the amount and the impact of your pledge. After today, we'll be moving into the quieter phase of the campaign, where our team will gently reach out to folks who have not yet pledged, but would like to do so. We also welcome first-time pledgers. You can scan the QR code that will come up, email us, or mail in your pledge card if you got one in the mail. So let's hear it for everyone who has already pledged and for all of those who will do so today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mona. Now online or on our Alluvial Avenue campus. Let's see. Should we do it, Lisa?
Let's talk about potatoes.
Potatoes. Ask everyone what style of potatoes you like best.
Woo!
Go ahead and greet.
Buenos dias. Mi nombre es Timoteo. My name is Tim. My pronouns are he, him, and I serve as minister here at this proudly progressive congregation. Let's allow the gentle sound of the tingsha to take us to that quiet place within that can open to the stirrings of justice.
One, two, three, four.
When I wake up in the morning and I open my eyes, I remember to be grateful for the bright blue skies. And I wonder what I'm here for. Give me meaning, I pray, for the breath in this body I've been given today. And I listen to the wind as she whispers low. I am always here. You are not alone. Hold firmly to your power. You are blood and bone, water and a gale will wash away stone. Unsteady on my feet as I rise from my bed. Need a song to quiet all the noise in my head. And memories of heartache, unresolved from the past. I am ready to release them from my spirit at last. And I listen to the wind as she whispers low. I am always here. You are not alone. Hold firmly to your power. You are blood and bone, water and a gale will wash away stone. May my heart be strengthened. May my heart my purpose clear. May I always remember the path that led here. Children of the ancients, seeds of the soil, born of resistance, beauty and toil. And I listen to the wind as she whispers low. I am always here. You are not alone. Hold firmly to your power. You are blood and bone, water and a gale will wash away stone. Water and a gale will wash away stone. Water and a gale will wash away stone.
Good morning. My name is Rachel Andres. My pronouns are she, her, and I serve gratefully as a director of lifelong learning. One of the most fabulous things about our church is our Romello Walker Youth Library. It is a collection of carefully selected books that reflect our inclusive religious values. There are a lot of fun books to read there, but also books featuring themes such as social justice, female empowerment, LGBTQ+ and ethnic diversity, racial justice, and other Unitarian Universalist values. We also highlight local authors whose values are in alignment with ours. It is a tradition that during April, which is National Poetry Month, a librarian shares a poem for our child's lighting words. Here is our youth librarian, Kim Fox Christensen.
Good morning, gang. Thank you, Rachel. The Norelma Walker Youth Library is open every Sunday after the service. Bring your youths or bring your youthful selves. Besides fabulous new books, we also have a great collection of books you might recognize from your actual youths. Over the years, we have been privileged to hear so many poems that have been deeply stirring to the soul in this sanctuary. This is not one of those. Sick by Shel Silverstein. We have fans. I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry. I have a sty in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I've counted 16 chicken pox. And there's one more. That's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue. It might be instamatic flu. I cough and sneeze and gasp and choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button is caving in. My back is wrenched, my ankles sprained. My appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold, my toes are numb. I have a sliver in my thumb. My neck is stiff, my voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbow's bent, my spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is shrunk, I cannot hear. There is a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail, and my heart is, what? What's that you say? Today is Saturday. Goodbye, I'm going out to play.
In that spirit, we light our candle or chalice, or perhaps a chalice in our own heart. Let us now rise in body and spirit and sing our song of praise, We Rise. Tim will teach us the hand dance.
So, we're famous for sometimes doing hand dances here at the Unitarian Church. It's very simple. It's a snap, and then it's a touch towards the heart. So it's, you got it. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. And then we'll just keep going. So let's add some music to it. And you don't have to do it, and you can do whatever motion you want in great Unitarian fashion. Let's sing We Rise.
In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. We rise, humbly hearted, rise. We won't be divided. Rise. in hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. We rise up from the wreckage, rise with tears and with courage, rise fighting for life, rise in hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here.
I invite us to remain standing as we say together the words of our mission. La misión de la Iglesia Unitaria Universalista de Fresno es amar inclusivamente, crecer espiritualmente, servir con gratitud y trabajar por la justicia. The mission of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno is to love inclusively, grow spiritually, serve gratefully, and work for justice. Please be seated.
On. Hello, hello. So those of you young in age, young in body, young at heart, that puts me on that list, the rest doesn't. If you come down here a minute, I want to share something with you. So that means youngins over there, come on down if you'd like. If you'd like, yeah, oh, I know you're young at heart. You're not young anymore. Okay. Yes, come on down. Thank you, yay. Yeah, somebody's excited to come down here. I agree. Whoa. So, hold on, and I'm going to give you a chance to do something with me. So I learned something I think is really important, and I wanted to share with you, and I tried to think of a way to make it so you really understood it. So, what I did was I brought paper. And this piece of paper you can fold, right? You can fold it. You can do this. And it still stays together. That's pretty strong, isn't it? But the problem is I can do that. So not so strong, huh? So how could I make this stronger? Absolutely. So can you do this for me? I'm going to put a few papers here, and can you tear that for me? Okay, can you help him? Here, can you help him? Oh, so stronger, right? That was harder. But what if we, good idea. Okay, can you help them? They want to do it. Okay, Anna, can you? Well, I'm going to let these two. Can you try and tear that in two? No, can't do it. So did we make it really strong? Let me see if you made it tear. Okay, my turn now. Okay, my turn now. Everybody, I want you to applaud this effort. Wow, wow, that's determination. So the idea is that if with one paper, it's got some resilience, but it still doesn't work. But then, is it totally strong? It can never be, nothing can happen to it now? Because in comes the wind. Oh no. So now what do? How do we make it so that papers can stick together? What? Tape, we could tape it together. Glue. Yeah? Staples out here. You seen a book before? Yeah, well there's glue and there's string and it's called binding. And look at this. I can't tear it and it doesn't fall apart. So now I want you to stand up a minute and I want you to look at each other and I want you to look at you guys look at each other and look and think of all those people out there, including you two, as pieces of paper. Everybody, you are a piece of paper. But look at, did we all come together? Were we all pieces of paper that came together? Yeah, because on our own we're resilient, we're pretty strong, we can deal with things, right? But sometimes you want to make a difference, or you have struggles that are really, really hard, too much to bear. But amazing. And so when you bring them all together, do you guys feel strong? Yes. But what happens if you don't have some kind of binding? What binds you to all these people here?
You and I.
You and I, that's right, just having each other, huh? And what else binds us together? Love. What's that? You, love. Our belief in justice, our love of diversity, all those things bind us together. So you guys are all bound together and you will never be broken up, right? So did you learn the lesson that I learned? Yes. So now you can go to with your spiritual leaders here and learn some more. Thank you for your help.
Let's sing.
We hold you in our love as you go. May your heart be in peace as you go. To nurture the spark of your precious life. We hold you in our love as you go. We hold you in our love as you go, as you go. May your heart be in peace as you go. To nurture the spark of your precious life. We hold you in our love as you go.
So I invite us to take in a nice centering breath, breathing in and breathing out. Again, we take a breath in. Imagine that we're breathing in peace. Pause. And as we breathe out love. One more time together, we breathe in peace. And we breathe out love. As we continue breathing together in this now quiet space that is made holy by our intent to be together, to be stronger together than apart. And imagine that breath can carry you back over the last week, the last 7 days of living. And a question: what fed your spirit during the last week? And knowing that you have the gift of a new week to explore, what is it that you want to be mindful of in the week ahead? Each week we hold one another in the complexity of our lives, knowing that we are a unique and beautiful and also broken mix of our joys, our sorrows, our concerns and gratitudes. Some of us stopped at the small table at the entranceway to the church here in the sanctuary and wrote something down on a card. Others texted from our online campus, and we have quite a few this morning. Kathy Longpence is joyful that on NPR Puzzle this morning was a UU minister from Austin, Texas. Her side gig is teaching martial arts, and she really knows her ice cream flavors. If anybody heard that, you will know she was fantastic. Andrea B. is feeling joyful for a wonderful cruise with Anna G. for 16 days to 4 Hawaiian islands. And then we have some sadness this morning. Phoebe lets us know that it's her sorrow to share that her grandmother Irene has passed through the veil into the mysteries that are death at age 96. Please think of her, Irene, Phoebe's grandmother. Laurie Tiedemann Jones is asking that we hold in our hearts a young single friend just diagnosed with breast cancer. Paula Siegel is feeling a sorrow, has an appointment tomorrow to put my cat April to sleep. 16 years is a long time for a cat, but not long enough for us, her family. Thinking of you today and tomorrow. And Vicky has a sorrow for Matt, a dear friend who passed away unexpectedly, leaving another shocked and grieving widow. They are Unitarians at heart, and so we think of Vicky's dear friend. We also hold in our hearts our beloveds, those unable to be with us today because of health challenges. Barbara C. and Andrew, we left you on the list, but you're here again this week, and we are so glad to have you back, Andrew. We remember Paula F., Dominic P., Myrna S., Glenda R., Pat M., and Robin C. We're mindful of all the places in the world that do not know peace or sustainable living conditions. We especially think of the people of Lebanon during this weekend and hold collectively all areas of the world at war. We continue celebrating Arab American Heritage Month, and Friday we paused to celebrate Dolores Huerta Day, and there is a special poignancy to this year's celebration of all of her extraordinary accomplishments. And we also must again celebrate Artemis II and its successful mission, capped by a flawless splashdown in the Pacific Ocean off San Diego. How wonderful our state had a part to play in bringing this extraordinary mission to completion, and the pictures from the farthest human beings have ever been in space have been breathtaking. And so, for everything spoken aloud, and there was a lot this morning, but also for the things we're holding in the silence of our own hearts, we light our candle of community. We light a second candle, our candle of compassion, resistance, and hope, in acknowledgement of the far too many things, people, institutions under attack by our federal government. Our call to meditation, meditation on breathing. We know this well, breathing in peace, breathing out love.
When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love.
So I invite you all to watch the following video with me as Reverend Tim is shown speaking on behalf of United San Joaquin. He uses the temporary name, the no longer name of Central Valley IAF, speaking to the Fresno City Council regarding Southeast Development Area Plan, SADA.
Good evening. I'm the Reverend Tim Kutzmark, minister at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno, along with my esteemed colleague, the Reverend Vicki Healy, pastor at Wesley United Methodist Church. I'm speaking tonight on behalf of the Central Valley IAF, a coalition of more than 15 congregation and institutions representing over 15,000 members. Over the past 2 years, our organization has been held over 2,000 conversations with residents across Fresno. People consistently raised concerns about affordable housing that was near their work and school, education funding, traffic safety, road repairs, water scarcity, high energy costs, and access to good paying local full-time jobs. Not once did they tell us they wanted more high-cost suburban housing in southeast Fresno. What the Central Valley IAF is asking is that the larger community and the larger community that showed out tonight in such force, that we all have a seat at the table to participate in developing a better plan that reflects the true needs and interests of Fresno's families and taxpayers. If there is to be a SADA for Fresno, it must address how it works with current specific plans to address the need for more housing, to address budgetary and environmental concerns, and to address current Fresno infill challenges and solutions. Thank you.
So this video, Tim didn't really want that, but he got it anyway. This video exemplifies what I have come to learn through the training and experiences I've had through United San Joaquin. One person, Reverend Tim, spoke articulately and passionately. But if he hadn't been representing a congregation of 300 and 15 organizations under United San Joaquin and had 400 people in the audience who came to that meeting in opposition to SADA, do you think it would have made a difference? I don't think so. Since I was quite young, I had a sensitivity to injustice and the heart to respond. Over the years, I've started ad hoc groups, participated in task forces, written thousands of letters to the editor and my representatives, contributed money to charities, and attended many, many, many rallies and protests. Looking back, I have no regrets, but I don't think I did much more than manifest a slight moment of breeze against the storm of injustice. I became bound to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno because it stands for leading with love, developing the mind and heart, and working for social justice. But I wanted to be engaged with the greater Fresno community, changing the tide of our historical leadership toward listening to the voices of the socio-economically, culturally, religiously diverse population that makes us the Valley, and making decisions that benefit all, not just a few. Then Tim asked Steve Sachs and I to consider helping build a local affiliate of the Industrial Area Foundation. We built a team, and here we are. Over the last 4 years, I learned that power grows through relationships. Instead of jumping into issues with limited impact and helter-skelter participation, our team started to have one-on-ones, house meetings, trainings, and so on. In fact, could those of you who have had one-on-ones with any of us, who have participated in house meetings, or any of the Central Valley IAF's United San Joaquin activities, could you stand? Wow, pretty impressive, huh? We've also bound together with our 14 other diverse institutions to create something very impressive. We are already well beyond a bit of breeze and on to the founding of United San Joaquin on May 3rd. I hope to see you there.
So, I invite us all to rise in body or spirit, and let's enthusiastically sing Let Justice Roll Down. If you don't know it, you'll pick it up pretty quickly. Let justice roll down.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There is no freedom, the wise one said. Let justice roll down when the poor cry out for shelter and bread. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Oh, children, don't you get weary, walk together, believe in the dream. When the way gets rough, we'll make a new way. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Hatred will never drive out hate. Let justice roll down, roll down. Remember our hearts can make us great. Let love roll down like a mighty stream. Oh, children, don't you get weary, walk together, believe in the dream. When the way gets rough, we'll make a new way. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Step by step and one by one, let justice roll down, roll down. They can hurt the prophets, but the dream lives on. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Oh, children, don't you get weary, walk together, believe in the dream. When the way gets rough, we'll make a new way. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream.
Please be seated. Thank you, Stolen Thunder. It is my great pleasure and honor to introduce our guest speaker this morning, a truly dear friend of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno, California. Christine Hadid is a professional community organizer with the Industrial Areas Foundation, the nation's oldest and largest grassroots organizing network. Christine began her work organizing in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where she helped launch the city's first statewide tenant association. And then, lucky for us, in 2024, she moved to Fresno to support local leaders, including members of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno, to assist us in building a new IAF affiliate representing California's Central Valley. That affiliate will officially launch under the name United San Joaquin, Unido San Joaquin, at our founding convention on May 3rd. Raised in a low-income, multi-ethnic Black, Palestinian, and white family, Christine brings a deep commitment to pluralism, social justice, and building relationships across lines of difference to create the common good. Please give a warm welcome to Christine Hadid.
Thank you so much, and good morning. This is my second time guest preaching here at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno, and I'm very humbled and excited to be with you guys today. When Reverend Tim told me that today's theme would be embracing possibility, one thought immediately popped into my mind: Disney World. Raise your hand if you've ever been to Disneyland or Disney World. Oh, lots of people. Yeah? So I went to Disney World for the first time at the tender young age of 33. Just a few years ago. And it was amazing. My favorite part was Harry Potter World. You walk in, and suddenly you're not in Florida anymore. There are castles and spells and secret passageways and butterbeer. It's a magical place where anything feels possible. And yet, it's not real. It's a theme park. Eventually, you gotta come home with hundreds of dollars drained from your bank account. And real life feels a little different. And I think this captures something important about the nature of possibility. We often relate possibility to imagination. After all, embracing possibility starts with having big dreams and imagination, being visionary, and having great ideas. There are countless books and TED Talks describing possibilities for a better world, a world with clean air, food, and water, schools that nurture all children, safe, walkable communities, dignified work, and free healthcare for all, a world of beauty, peace, and human flourishing. Can you imagine that? I can. And yet, here in the US, those ideas feel almost like a magical fantasy, don't they? They're far from our lived reality. The truth is that most of our great ideas that we dream up never happen. We live in a moment where even basic ideas for what's possible, like everyone having an affordable place to live, feel as distant as flying cars and autonomous robots. And actually, I think we're pretty close to having autonomous robots. But it's not because those things are impossible. In fact, they exist in other countries. But they may feel impossible for us because our political and civic systems are so fractured that we can't even imagine the path to get from here to there. So we grow discouraged and apathetic. We may dream and talk about our dreams, but we don't build the world we envision. And in the meantime, things grow worse and worse. Am I making any of this up, or does this resonate? So clearly, fully embracing possibility requires more than just imagination. It requires a commitment to creation. Now, I think of inventors as masters of possibility. They imagine things that don't yet exist, and then they create them. But there's a story about two inventors that reveals something important about how possibility becomes social reality. The inventors' names are Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison. Both men were working on the same question: how do we harness electricity to power the modern world? Tesla, by many accounts, was the more visionary thinker. He was generations ahead of his time. Among many other things, he developed alternating current, or AC, technology, an efficient way to transmit electricity over long distances. Edison, meanwhile, promoted direct current technology, a system we now know was more limited and less efficient than AC. So you might think, well, if Tesla had the better idea, his idea would win that debate easily, right? But that's not what happened. Something else was at play. there were two key differences in how each of these men operated. Tesla preferred to work alone. He was a bit of a reclusive genius. And I imagine he might not have had much patience for those who weren't as forward-thinking and brilliant as he was. And he struggled to implement his ideas at scale. Edison, on the other hand, assembled teams of scientists to work with him in his Menlo Park laboratory. He built companies which would eventually become General Electric that could refine, produce, and distribute his inventions to a large marketplace. Edison was a builder of institutions. And so, during what became known as the War of the Currents, a public battle to see whose idea for harnessing electricity would dominate, Edison, despite having the less efficient idea, was winning. His vision was becoming social reality. And something helped to shift that tide. Tesla sold his AC patent to another inventor, a businessman named George Westinghouse. And this guy knew how to build institutions and scale them. When Westinghouse incorporated Tesla's idea into his power companies, its advantages became undeniable. AC technology spread rapidly and the industry followed. The modern electrical grid that we rely on today was born, built on Tesla's idea. So what can we learn from that story? It's that even the most brilliant ideas on their own are not enough to alter our social reality. To fully embrace possibility means embracing institutions. Now, at this point, some of you might be thinking, wait. Aren't institutions part of the problem? And to that I say, absolutely. Many institutions have caused great harm. We've seen abuse and discrimination within religious institutions, government overreach and bureaucracy that stifles progress, leadership structures where a few voices dominate and others are silenced, and corporations that put reckless profit over the well-being of people. Distrust in institutions is not irrational. Even at their best, institutions are slow to change and can be frustrating to work within, especially if they're operating democratically. Many of us respond by abandoning institutions after having bad experiences. We say the costs just aren't worth it. I'm going to do this by myself. And therein lies a predicament. Institutions are deeply flawed, and yet they are also the primary way that humans come together to build anything that lasts. We have more evidence of this. If you look at any major transformation in society, institutions were at the center. The civil rights movement wasn't just a collection of individuals. It was powered by institutions like the NAACP, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, Black fraternities and sororities, and the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, which was made up primarily of Black churches, but also included Unitarian Universalist ministers and congregants. Together, but in their own different ways, these and many other institutions built trust, solidarity, and shared identity between their members. They developed new leaders. They created shared vision and strategy and sustained long-term effort. And yet, when we learn the history of the civil rights movement, it often centers individuals. We learn a lot about the importance of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but not so much about the role of the Black church. We see images of people showing up to marches, but not the institutions that coordinated those people and the strategies to make them effective. In his book, Bowling Alone, sociologist Robert Putnam documents how the decline of civic institutions has weakened our democracy and our ability to act together. Our valid frustration with the ways institutions fall short has led us to become more disconnected, isolated, and polarized as a society, and paralyzed in the face of mounting pressures. Earlier, Lori gave an example of how one sheet of paper is easy to tear, but a stack of paper is very strong. Yet even a thick stack of paper, if it's loose, can be easily scattered by the wind. And as she described, what makes a stack of paper hold together is a binding. Strong institutions are like the binding of a book with many sheets of paper. They hold people together through common purpose, a shared mission, relationships, shared money and resources, and mutual commitments to each other. Without that strong binding, even large crowds of people can become easily scattered, divided, and chaotic. And we see that evidence in our own communities. So how do we hold both these truths? That institutions, on the one hand, can limit possibility, but on the other hand, we need them to create possibility. It's not a paradox that we can solve. It's a tension that we have to accept and grapple with. Embracing institutions doesn't mean pretending that they're perfect, nor does it mean that every single one of them is redeemable or worth being a part of. It does mean that if you want to go beyond dreaming and talking about possibilities to creating them, it's important to belong to an institution. And I must say, you all belong to an incredible institution here at the UU Church of Fresno. Fully participating in an institution means being in relationship with others, listening to their personal experiences and perspectives like you all have in your one-on-ones and house meetings. It means showing up even when there are those that you deeply disagree with. It means working to hold your institution accountable to its mission, and on the flip side, being open to being held accountable yourself. It means being a source of collaboration, not just a voice of critique. Thinking independently can help us envision a world that doesn't yet exist. But thinking institutionally is essential for sharing and shaping a common vision and acting together to make it a social reality. And as you all have learned, it just so happens that for the past several years, a group of leaders from across the Central Valley, including here at this UU congregation, have been doing just that. They've been building something new, a sustainable, lasting, community-based institution made up of more institutions. You might think of it as a super institution. And it now has the formal name United San Joaquin, Unidos San Joaquin. It's an organization where congregations, schools, unions, and other community groups are coming together to create and act upon a shared vision for what's possible in the Central Valley. That vision includes safer streets and transportation, stronger schools, affordable housing, economic opportunity, quality health care for everyone, and a community where people from all backgrounds can feel like they belong. All of these things are possible, but they won't happen simply because we imagine them. They will happen, if they happen, because people like you commit to building and negotiating for them together through powerful and coordinated institutions. So, my invitation to you is simple. If you truly believe in possibility, don't just imagine it, don't just wish for it. Participate within your institution to help make it a social reality. And you can invite, or you can join your fellow UU members and invite others to be part of that, along with many other institutions in our community, by showing up in solidarity for our founding convention on May 3rd. There, together, we'll embrace and celebrate this new, broad, diverse, and powerful people's institution and the possibility it offers for turning our shared dreams into reality. And I also hope to see you there.
We're gonna keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back.
Sigamos adelante. Siempre adelante, siempre adelante, sin volver atrás, sin volver atrás.
Gonna keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Never turning back. Never turning back.
Amaremos con pasión. Siempre con pasión, siempre con pasión, sin volver atrás, sin volver atrás.
Gonna reach across our borders, reach across our borders, reach across our borders, never turning back, never turning back.
Vivamos sin fronteras, siempre sin fronteras, siempre sin fronteras, sin volver atrás, sin volver atrás.
Sow the seeds of justice, sow the seeds of justice, sow the seeds of justice, never turning back, never turning back.
Sembremos la justicia, siempre la justicia, siempre la justicia, sin volver atrás, sin volver atrás.
Gonna keep on moving forward, keep on moving forward. We're gonna keep on moving forward, never turning back, but never turning back.
Stolen Thunder. Woo. So, somebody walked. We were just talking about this. Somebody walked off with my binder. So, but I know what I'm going to say. On the second Sunday of every month, we invite a social justice organization or person or institution to come and tell us briefly about their mission, and we support them as we are able with our financial support. Today, we will welcome Enrique Little from San Joaquin Valley Media Alliance. Welcome to the pulpit.
Good morning, everybody. Oh.
Yep.
We're on. All right, cool. Good morning, everybody. My name is Enrique Little. I am with the San Joaquin Valley Media Alliance. Our flagship paper, which you may have heard of, is Community Alliance, which is now celebrating its 30th anniversary. Well, in September, but who's counting? Our mission at the San Joaquin Valley Media Alliance is to expose racial, social, environmental, economic, and political injustices, and we will continue to help build a powerful progressive movement that will make all of our communities safer, more equitable, more livable, and more powerful. That's where the power is when we are able to stay informed and stay knowing each other like that. Our main goals at this time are to increase our visibility and bring Community Alliance to the forefront of progressive news, and we have a few ways in which we're doing that. I have been graciously brought in as editor as of last month, along with my colleague Mar Santos, to help spearhead this effort. We plan to meet this goal by increasing Community Alliance's presence online through social media, so that way we are able to respond to stories as they happen, because as we know, news doesn't happen every month. Our publication does, but we would like to be able to respond to things more quickly when necessary. In addition to our monthly printed work, we also plan to expand our Spanish language coverage in both print and online to help serve our large monolingual Spanish-speaking communities here. And in both scope and quality, we want to just make sure that we have a better presence as far as Spanish articles are concerned. And lastly, we hope to increase distribution in the rural areas around Fresno, such as Kerman, Fireball, places like that, because the Central Valley is more than just Fresno. We want to serve those communities that often get looked past, often get, or I guess are the equivalent of a flyover state in a lot of people's minds. So we want to make sure that we're serving these often neglected and challenged parts of the Central Valley, so that the people there, especially the working class, stay informed during this important political moment. As we all know, we are living in an era of ever-increasing crackdowns on progressive voices like ours at the national level, which is why Community Alliance is so important right now. We are not a legacy media company. We are not beholden to the political interests that we're reporting on. We depend on you, the people, and I'm proud to be here today to appeal to everybody in the congregation for your continued support of our endeavor to keep the Central Valley informed and united. Without the community, there simply would be no Community Alliance. And we depend on you to support our efforts to keep the people of Fresno ready to mobilize. Please thank you.
In the spirit of giving, let's join our voices in our call to offering. If not us, then who? If not open hearts, then what? If not now, then when? If not here, then where? If not generously, then how? If not us, then who? Si no somos nosotros, entonces ¿quién? Si no corazones abiertos, entonces ¿qué? Si no es ahora, entonces ¿cuándo? Si no es aquí, entonces ¿dónde? Si no damos generosamente, entonces ¿cómo? Si no somos nosotros, entonces ¿quién? The morning offering for San Joaquin Valley Media Alliance will now be gratefully received. If this is your first or second time with us, just let the plate pass you by. Your presence is your gift this morning. The morning offering will be gratefully received.
Now, if you could join me in the following chalice extinguishing words.
Extinguimos esta llama, pero no la luz de la verdad, el calor de comunidad, o el fuego de nuestro compromiso. Estos los llevaremos en el corazón. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts. So before I offer our reminders, let's take another moment to just appreciate Christine Hadid. So social hour will be happening out in the courtyard as soon as we finish the service. Just look, if you're new or newish, for a turquoise tablecloth that indicates that it is the visitor's table, and a friendly and warm member of our board of trustees will be there to engage you in questions and engage you in conversation and answer any questions. Cecily, our coordinator of community life, is up in Sacramento at a Unitarian Universalist retreat this weekend, but she will be with us next week. She's the staff person who helps new and newish folks figure their way around this spectacular community. We also will have some folks standing at the doors as you're leaving, and they're going to hand you a slip of paper. On that is needed food items for the food bank at Wesley Methodist, and as well as Valley Children's Hospital. And you're able to bring that food item back with you next week. Couple things going on after the service. Our potato bake potluck will be out there. So not just coffee hour, but it's our first ever potato bake potluck. Don't worry if you didn't bring something with you. I hear there's going to be enough for everybody. So please join us whether you brought a potato dish or not. I hope someone brought potato chips. Also, the moms group will be meeting at the picnic tables after the service, and so we hope you will be there. And our UU Kids Talent Show is coming up this upcoming Saturday, 5 p.m. in the sanctuary. And they're going to need support. So even if you don't have little ones, if you can come for an hour, hour and a half, it's going to be a lot of fun. And then you've heard it several times, but May 3rd, 4 p.m., the founding event for United San Joaquin, Unidos San Joaquin. There will be members of the San Joaquin UU team at the doors with tablets to take your sign up saying, yes, I am going to come on May 3rd. And we have a lot of numbers that we still need to fill. We need about another 70, 80 people to sign up. So if you haven't, please do that. Last but not least, we'd like to welcome folks who are here for the first, second, or third time. We do it not to embarrass you, but we're glad you're here, and we won't leave you standing alone for long. So first, second, or third time here in the sanctuary, could you rise for just a minute? Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome. I invite the rest of the congregation to rise with them for our closing words and our sung benediction. Our closing words come from William E. Gardner. We all have two religions: the religion we talk about and the religion we live. It is our task to make the difference between the two as small as possible. May it be so. Blessed be. Amen. Let's sing.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.